Solution of one-dimensional wave equation that is dou square y by dou t square is equal to a square into dou square y by dou x square with the initial condition y of x0 equal to f of x and dou y by dou t equal to dou y by dou t at time t equal to 0 equal to g of x and the boundary conditions y of 0 t equal to 0 and y of lt equal to 0. Okay, here we are going to find out the solution of one-dimensional wave equation. The one-dimensional wave equation is dou square y by dou t square is equal to a square into dou square y by dou x square with the initial conditions, that is y of x0 equal to f of x, that is the initial displacement, and dou y by dou t at time t equal to 0 equal to g of x, that is initial velocity, and the boundary condition y of 0 t equal to 0 and y of lt is equal to 0. Here consider the one-dimensional wave equation. Okay, consider the one-dimensional wave equation. The one-dimensional wave equation is dou square y by dou t square is equal to a square into dou square y by dou x square, isn't it? Put it as equation number 1. Okay, here y of xts act as the deflection deflection or displacement of the string. Okay, here a string is stretched and fixed at both ends. An elastic string is stretched and fixed at both ends, that is x is equal to 0 and x is equal to L. Okay, so here we can write, and here y of xt acts as the deflection or displacement of the string. Here if I am touching this string, the string will vibrate. Okay, then we can calculate the displacement of this string. Now the displacement depends upon the solution of one-dimensional wave equation. Therefore here we can say that a tightly stretched string and its displacement acts as application of the one-dimensional wave equation. Okay, since therefore we can write, now we can apply the boundary conditions. So I am writing, since the string is fixed at both ends, that is fixed at ends, x is equal to 0 and x is equal to L. We have two boundary conditions. We have two boundary conditions. Okay, that is first one in the initial point and the second one is the terminal point. Okay, that is y of xt becomes equal to 0 when x is equal to 0, that is initially. That means at the place of x we can put y of 0 t equal to 0. That is the first boundary condition. Okay. Now again we have y of xt equal to 0 when x is equal to L. That is at the terminal point where y of Lt equal to 0. It is obtained by putting x is equal to L. Here L act as or L is the length of the elastic string. Okay, here we can write it. L is the length of the string, or we can write it as elastic string. Okay. Now the motion of the string depends upon the initial deflection or displacement and the initial velocity at time t equal to 0. Initially time t will be equal to 0. Let f of x denotes the initial displacement, initial deflection, or you can use the word displacement, and g of x denotes the initial velocity, the initial velocity. Okay, now we have y of xt equal to f of x when t equal to 0, which implies y of x. In the place of t we have 0, that is y of x0 equal to f of x. Okay, and y of xt equal to not y of xt, it is the derivative of y with respect to t. Dou y by dou t equal to g of x when t equal to 0, which implies dou y by dou t at time t equal to 0 equal to g of x. Here f of x is the initial displacement and g of x is the initial velocity. Okay, distance or displacement by time will give velocity. Now by the method of separation of variables, the solution of one-dimensional wave equation is the solution of one-dimensional wave equation is y of xt equal to a cos lambda x plus b sin lambda x into c cos lambda at plus d sin lambda at. Okay, take it as equation number 1. Applying the first boundary condition, that is y of xt equal to 0 when x is equal to 0. Applying the first boundary condition in equation number 1. Okay, therefore we have putting y of xt equal to 0 when x is equal to 0. In the place of x put 0, that is a cos lambda into 0 plus b sin lambda into 0. Okay, into c cos lambda at plus d sin lambda at. Now this is equal to cos 0 is 1. Therefore, we have a into 1 plus b into 0. Isn't it? A into 1 plus b into 0. The other terms are the same. C cos lambda at plus d sin lambda at. Okay. That is a into c cos lambda at plus d sin lambda at. Okay. Now we have here this term, that is a into this term is equal to 0. Either this a equal to 0 or this term is equal to 0. Therefore, we can say that the only possibility is that a can be equal to 0. Therefore, from the first boundary condition, we have a is equal to 0, the constant a equal to 0. Now applying the second boundary condition to the same equation, applying y of xt equal to 0 when x is equal to L. Okay, that means here y of xt becomes equal to 0 when this x becomes equal to L. That is a cos lambda L plus b sin lambda L into c cos lambda at, no change, d sin lambda at, no change because there is no term containing x there. Okay, now we have from the first boundary condition we have a equal to 0, therefore put it as equation number 2. Now applying from equation number 2 we have a equal to 0. Applying that condition here, again this become equal to 0 equal to here a equal to 0, therefore a cos lambda the term becomes equal to 0. 0 equal to b sin lambda L into the other terms are c cos lambda at plus d sin lambda at. Here also we have the possibilities. B can be equal to 0, sin lambda L can be equal to 0, this term can be equal to 0. If b equal to 0, then we have the whole solution becomes equal to 0. Therefore, b is not equal to 0. The only possibility is that this sin lambda L can be equal to 0. Okay, this term is also not equal to 0. Therefore, the only possibility is that sin lambda L is equal to 0. Now, sin lambda L or the sine function becomes equal to 0 when sin n pi equal, whenever which is equal to sin n pi. That means sin n pi equal to always equal to 0. Therefore, equating these two, we have lambda L is equal to n pi, or we have lambda is equal to n pi by n. Therefore, from the second boundary condition we have lambda is equal to n pi by L. Now applying these two conditions in the solution. Applying the two boundary conditions in equation number 1, then equation number 1 becomes y of xt equal to applying a equal to 0. Therefore, this term eliminates. Now b sin, in the place of lambda we have n pi by L, therefore n pi x by L. In the place of lambda we have n pi by L. b sin n pi by L into c cos, in the place of lambda we have n pi by L, therefore n pi at by L plus d sin n pi at by L. Okay. Now again rearranging we get sin n pi x by L into b into c can be replaced by another constant, that is an, cos n pi at by L plus bn. bd can be replaced by bn sin n pi at by L. Okay. Over this n is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. And here an and Bn are arbitrary constants. We are considering An and Bn as arbitrary constants. Now, for different values of n, give it different solutions. Now, adding up the solutions, we get this y of xt as, for different values of n, we will get different solutions. That is, for n is equal to 1, we will get a1 plus b1. For n is equal to 2, we will get a2, b2. Now, adding up all the solutions, we will get sigma. Sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity. Then an cos n pi at by L plus bn sin n pi at by L into sin n pi x by L. Okay, here we can write that adding up the solutions, we can write like this, adding up the solutions. Okay, we get y of xt as sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity an cos n pi at by L plus bn sin n pi at by L into sin n pi x by L. Now we can apply the initial conditions. Okay, so here put it this as equation number, I think it is 4. Okay, equation number 4. Now applying the first initial condition. Now applying one by one the initial conditions. Applying the initial condition. That is, the first one is y of xt equal to f of x at a time t equal to 0. Therefore, in this equation, we will put t equal to 0 and we will write y of xt as f of x. Okay. Therefore, we have f of x is equal to sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity an cos, in the place of t we have 0, therefore an cos 0 plus bn, in the place of t we have 0, therefore bn sin 0 into sin n pi x by L. There is no change for that term, sin n pi x by L. Applying in equation number 4. From equation number 4, we have y of xt equal to f of x, which is equal to sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity an cos 0 plus bn sin 0 sin n pi x by L. Now, again simplifying, we will get sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity an into cos 0 is 1, sin 0 is 0, an into sin n pi x by L. Isn't it? Okay. Now, this is a Fourier sine series. This represents a Fourier sine series. And in Fourier sine series, we know that an is 2 by L 0 to L f of x sin n pi x by L dx. Okay. Applying the second boundary condition. Now applying the second initial condition. What is that? Dou y by dou t at time t equal to 0 is equal to g of x. Okay. Now, before that, find out dou y by dou t from y of xt. Here we have y of xt is sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity an cos n pi at by L plus bn sin n pi at by L into sin n pi x by L. From that, find out or differentiate this y of xt with respect to t. Okay. Therefore, here we have sin n pi x by L, which does not contain the term t, will be a constant. Therefore, dou y by dou t is equal to sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity an constant in the term cos n pi at by L. By differentiating cos of this term, we'll get minus sine n pi at by L into the derivative of n pi at by L with respect to t, that is n pi a by L, plus bn sine of that function will become cos of n pi at by L into derivative of n pi at by L is n pi a by L. Okay, you can put in a bracket. Now sine of n pi x by L. Here sine of n pi x by L with respect to t act as a constant. Okay. Now dou y by dou t at time t equal to 0. We have to put t equal to 0 in all the places. Okay. That is, here we have minus an sine n pi a into 0 by L, that is 0. Therefore, the whole term becomes equal to 0, need not write this term, plus bn cos n pi a into 0 by L, that is cos 0, into sine n pi x by L. That becomes equal to what? Sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity bn into, I'm sorry, we have one more term here, that is cos 0 into this term also, that is n pi a by L. Okay, that is bn into n pi a by L. Okay, into sine n pi x by L. And here dou y by dou t at time t equal to 0 can be denoted by g of x. If I am writing g of x here, that is g of x is equal to sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity bn n pi a by L into sine n pi x by L. Here this also represents Fourier sine series of g of x. Fourier sine series of g of x. This also represents Fourier sine series of g of x. Okay, therefore here we can represent bn as, here not at all bn itself, here we have one more term, so n pi a by L into bn. That is, we have bn as, actually we have bn is equal to, but here in this, in the place of bn we have n pi a by L into bn. Therefore we have is equal to 2 by L 0 to L g of x sine n pi x by L dx. Okay, or we have again this bn can be written as, by cross multiplying we get 2 by L into L by n pi a, cross multiplying the term n pi a by L. Okay, L and L cancels, 0 to L g of x sine n pi x by L dx. Or again we have 2 by n pi a 0 to L g of x sine n pi x by L dx. Therefore, by using the second initial condition, we got the value of bn. From the first initial condition, we got the value of an. Okay. Therefore, the most general solution of the wave equation, but after applying the initial and boundary conditions. After applying the initial and boundary condition as given by y of xt equal to sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity an sin n pi x by l cos n pi at by l plus bn sin n pi x by l into sin n pi at by l, where this is the condition after applying the boundary condition. Okay, here we can take sin n pi x by l outside, or we can multiply it inside. That is your choice, no problem. Where we got an by using the first initial condition. Okay, that is 2 by l 0 to l e of x sin n pi x by l, and bn as 2 by n pi a 0 to l g of x sin n pi x by l dx. Okay. Therefore, the Moss-Ism solution of the wave equation after applying the initial and boundary condition is given by y of xt equal to this term, that is after applying the boundary condition. Then after applying initial conditions, we get the values for an and bn. Okay.